Welcome to Dining Delights. I'm Chef Chris, and today's fantastic restaurant meal that we are making is a stacked cheese enchilada with a homemade red chili sauce. Now, go to a lot of Mexican restaurants and try a lot of sauces. I've been to Mexico. I've kind of learned how to make moles and all kinds of things, but this is actually one of my very favorite simple sauces to make. Doesn't involve a lot of ingredients, and everything is readily available at most local grocery stores. Now, the main ingredient is guajillo chilies, and you can see these guajillo chilies, they're dried. You buy them in a kind of a bag in a bundle, and they're very pretty. You can see they're just picked and grown, picked, and then just actually laid out in the sun to dry. They do have seeds inside them, so what we want to do is make sure and get all those seeds out. So right here I can show you. You can do one of two things. You can either just snap the top and try and do this. You can break them into smaller pieces, and just dump the seeds right out like this, and you'll see how many seeds they actually have and get a nice pile. Or you can simply do the easy method, which is to take a knife and just cut along the sides. We'll get this one to cut along the side. Cut right through, and you can pull it right open, and the seeds will all just fall out, and you'll have one larger piece. Now, it's super important that we get as many of the seeds out as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but do that the best you can, because sometimes they kind of end up grainy when you blend the sauce. And all we're going to do at this point is take our peppers, and we're going to put them in 4 cups of boiling water. Now, I've already got the water boiling. I'm going to get these peppers right in. Now, I'm also going to add some whole garlic cloves. So these whole garlic cloves will cook in there with those chilies for that half an hour. It's going to make those skins nice and soft, and that will be ready to blend as soon as that 30 minutes is up. Okay, our 30 minutes is up on our guajillo chilies. You can see they've all hydrated very nicely. Now, we're going to take some of these and we're going to put them right into a blender. And we want to use a slotted spoon just to get the peppers out to start. And just do the best you can. Some of them will be fine in there because we are going to blend it up a couple of times, but this first blend we want to do the best we can, get as many in there as we can. And make sure you get that garlic in there as well. That garlic's going to blend up and add lots of flavor. Okay, so we got all those peppers in there. Now, we're going to add the rest of our basic ingredients. We have onion powder, a little bit of oregano, cumin, and we're going to go in with a big pinch of salt and pepper. And we're going to add about half a cup of our water from the pan, and we're going to start to blend this up. Now, once we get a nice smooth consistency, it's nice and smooth, we're going to add the rest of our liquid. And we're going to add a can of tomato sauce. This will give it a tomato body without adding a lot of extra liquid. It'll kind of keep it thick so we can keep our sauce nice and thick. We'll go right in. And we're going to blend. Okay, we have our nice thick sauce. We're going to put this back into a pan, and we're going to simmer this for about 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, it will be usable, but we want to keep it nice and warm to put right onto our tortillas. Now, for our stacked enchilada filling, we have a couple of other ingredients that are fantastic. First off, we have Queso Fresco. Queso Fresco is a fresh white cheese made from cow's milk. It is actually very delicious. It is not aged in any way. It's cooked and packaged really quickly and ready to serve. It's very light but very, very rich and creamy. And then we're going to top it today with cotija cheese. Now, cotija cheese is a little bit salty, a little bit briny, Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Mexican version of kind of a feta cheese, but it's absolutely delicious, and it will really kind of balance out the richness of our queso fresco. We are going to put some onions and some minced jalapeno into our filling. So what I'm going to do is I have a pan getting hot on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add some oil, and I'm going to go right in as soon as that oil gets hot, nice and shimmery hot. We're going to go right in with some onions. You can hear that sizzle. We're going to go in with our jalapeno, and we're going to add a big pinch of salt to help break those down. And we're going to stir those and sweat them down just until they are nice and soft and ready to go into our filling. After your peppers, jalapenos, and your onions have sweated down, got a little bit of moisture out of them, they're nice and soft now, I'm going to go ahead and add them to this bowl. Have a nice saute pan with some hot oil, checking the temperature. I want to be just about 350 degrees to start frying my tortillas, and it looks like we are just right there, perfect. So what I'm going to do is take some tongs, take that tortilla and slide it right into that oil. And I'm going to use my tongs and do them one at a time because I want to try and keep these as flat as I possibly can. It will float to the top, just like that. It's okay if you get a little bubbles. Those bubbles will make that tortilla nice and light and crispy. And what we're doing is just looking until it starts to get nice and solid. It will get a little bit of color, and I'll show you when we flip it over here in just a second. You can really see that hot oil working well. Now we'll go ahead and turn. We have some color going. We want to just make sure that they're crispy so they're snap when you cut them. It will also add a different texture to our stacked enchiladas. We want that kind of crunchy texture to stay there as long as it possibly can, so everybody can enjoy them while they're still crunchy. And as soon as the bubbles will start to slow down, once you get it flipped like this, you can see they're starting to slow rather rapidly. That means that almost all of the moisture is out. We can take that tortilla, pick it up, shake it off, get it right onto a baking sheet with the rack. And one thing I always do right away is put a little pinch of salt. And then we're just going to continue on until we get all these ready in order to start building our stack. Now, to build our stack, one thing that I like to do is start and find a good one that's going to be a base. So that looks like it's going to be a great one for our base for our stack. And I'm going to put it in the sauce, and I want to coat one side. Just get it nice and coated evenly. You can kind of brush it off. We're only going to coat the top of this one. Now that's important because we're going to move this off this nice rack onto a plate, and we want it to be able to slide off. So we get that first one in there, then we're going to go in with some of our onion and queso mix, like this, and a touch of just the plain queso on top. And then we will get another layer just like this. And this time we're going to sauce both sides of it, dip it in the sauce, try and get a nice even coating on both sides. Shake off any excess, we don't want too much. And again, this sauce is still very hot, so it's going to help melt the cheese on those. Going to go like that. One more layer here. A little bit more plain queso. Another tortilla with both sides done. Again, shake off. Right on top. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3. We are going to go for one more top layer. So our mixture, more of our queso. This time we will sauce both sides for the top. Just like this. Gonna put a touch of the plain queso fresco and then a ton of the cotija cheese. And we can go right to the oven for just about 5 minutes. The oven is at 400. Our stacked enchilada has been in the oven now for 5 minutes at 400, just melting some cheese on the top. We're gonna pull it right out and look how amazing that looks. We're gonna get that here. Now, to plate that, I do something a little bit different. Since we didn't put any sauce on the bottom so we could move it, I like to put a little bit of sauce right in the center of the plate. Then we are going to grab our stack, just like this, right into the center point of that plate. We're going to take some cilantro leaves, and I'm big on using the whole leaf. So I think it makes a very, very pretty garnish. Right in the center. Then we'll take a few microgreens to give a little bit of tart flavor around the outside. Just right on the edge of that plate. And we have stacked enchilada. Thank you for watching while we prepared our stacked cheese enchilada today. The recipe is available at cookwithchefchris.com, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.